Morning girls and boys, Steve the Builder here. We are going to assemble the last part of the bulldozer today and then go over to our big model. So here we are. Remember I glued the tracks on, I was gluing the tracks on when I left you last time. Since then I've just cut a piece out of cardboard like so, drawn a seat on it, little seat, like see the little seat there, and I have folded it up like that, and it's going to go on so. And then I've cut out of cardboard this shape, which if I fold here and there, is going to make the scoop on the front of the bulldozer. So I can glue those on. Shall I glue those on now? I think it'd be good, wouldn't it? So I'll just grab my glue gun, a little bit of glue under here. On that goes. That's going to cool down really quickly. If you haven't got a glue gun, don't worry, you can just use ordinary glue, as long as you've got some. A wee bit of glue on this track here. Be careful with glue guns so you don't burn your fingers. A little bit on this side. Like that. Over there. Turn it the right way. Right, that's just about ready to start clearing the road. Let's get the little glue bits off. Glue goes hard. Be ready to dig. Okay, so on Monday we're going to try and make this digger, and we'll use some buttons. Now Linda's mum had this big pile of buttons left over in her kit. Your nana might have some, or your mum might have some buttons if you're lucky. We're going to choose some buttons out of here to use as our digger wheels and glue those on. That should be interesting to find. Now, that means we're done for now with the minis. We'll carry on with that on Monday. And over here we've got my model underway. Now, I mentioned to you I wanted to just drill something there to make these screws use even pressure when pulling down on it. So I've got this drill bit here, and it cuts a V shape or cone shape out of the hole, and that'll mean the screw can go down a bit and I can cover it over with some filler, and then it will disappear when I paint it. Plus it'll be held down more evenly. So I'm just going to put that on there. You can see the shape it leaves. It's the shape of the screw. So when the screw sits in there, it should sit below the surface, and it'll sit evenly, because see, look, the screw's got that same shape underneath. So it goes in there, and it should disappear when I screw it up. Now before I screw it up, I'm going to put some glue under it, and then it's going to screw on top like so. So I'll just grab my glue and I'll squirt some in, and then it'll be held with 2 screws and glue, so that should keep it strong, because I know you kids at the preschool are pretty tough on things that can come apart. We've got some great stories to talk about the helicopter control handles. Haven't I, Linda?
Certainly have. But I think you've beaten them, conquered it.
I beat them in the end with a bit of welding.
Chain and welding and
all sorts of fun and games to keep those going on there. So this,
because the boys and girls are going to be able to play with us when we get back, aren't they?
They
Which
are.
is exciting. So that's why we have to, well, you have to build it in a very, very strong way.
see how that's gone down below the surface. It has 2. And I'll put some filler in on top of those before I paint it. Now, we come to the job of the mud guards. Now I told you here you could get very thin bits. Look how thin this little piece here is. That's a skinny one, isn't it? So thin. I'm going to replace this bit with that really thin one. Whoops, that pinged off. You gotta be careful with things like that in the workshop.
I think the videoer has to have danger money.
In this case, certainly did. Missed you though, didn't I? Not by much. Now we're going to drill a hole through the side of my mud guard. There we are. I've got a marker there. And we've got some little nails like the ones you use at preschool just here. I'm going to grab one of those and put it on here. It's going to be the top of our mud guard. And I need my hammer. I'll just hammer it through first.
This is what we do at preschool at our woodwork table. We use hammers and we use little nails, but we don't use the electric tools because they're dangerous, as we saw before. They're for big people to use.
So it's just coming out the other side. Can you see it poking out the other side a wee bit?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go on here. Yeah, I think we might just put a wee bit of glue on that first. Started a hole there, but we want it to stay there, don't we? So we might just put a little bit of glue on the bottom of this mud guard, first part of the mud guard anyway. There we are, some glue's on it. Doesn't matter if it squeezes out because I'll wipe it off. There we are, that's going to go on here. And I'm going to hammer that on. I don't think that's going to come off. Cool. Right, well I'll carry on with this, and while I'm doing that I'll show you a video of some tractors that we saw when Linda and I went for a trip. There were lots of big tractors on display, and I took some film and I'm going to put that on for you to watch now.
Oh, the boys and girls are going to love all the tractors.
Some really big tractors, weren't they?
Oh, never seen such big ones.
So I'll play that now and I'll finish off these mud guards. In the meantime, see you soon. Did you enjoy my video? I think you would have. Now, the only thing I have to do now is just punch these little nails in. I put on the first mud guard, and I just got to punch. Now punches, we're going to drive the nail in a bit below the surface. See how fine that one is? They come in different sizes. That one's too big for these little nails. So what I'm going to do is put them on top of the nail like so, and hit the nail below the surface. Like that. I keep jumping off this nail. Doesn't matter because I'm going to fill the holes. Yeah, so they're all a bit below the surface. I did a bit of a mess of that one, but we'll put some filler on those and they should disappear. And I paint it. And if you remember rightly, I need to put some filler just on the top screw holes as well. So we'll do that, and I can see you after the weekend to finish it off. So we'll just put some filler in here, smooth that off. Once that's dry, I'll sand it down nice and smooth. And then when we paint it, I won't be able to see where those were. I think there were some cracks on one of the sides. I think it might be the other side too that we need to put a wee bit of filler in. Just there. Let's put some filler in there. That's it. It's disappeared now. And once it's painted, it'll be even better. So one mudguard on, 3 to go. I'll do that over the weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye, boys and girls. Be good for your parents.